Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Strange But True. This one is the haunting true story of Channon Christian and Chris Newsom. So it was a cold January night in 2007 when two young college sweethearts, Channon Christian and Chris Newsom, planned a simple evening together right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. They had only been dating a few months, but their bond, it was undeniable. Channon was 21, smart, radiant, and studying at the University of Tennessee. Chris was 23, and he was a kind-hearted former baseball standout with big dreams. But that night, it ended in unthinkable horror. As they sat in Chris's truck, a group of strangers approached, armed and merciless. The couple was ambushed, carjacked, and taken against their will, and what followed was a descent into darkness so cruel that it shocked even seasoned investigators. Chris was taken first. His hands were bound, his eyes were blindfolded. He was tortured, humiliated, and ultimately forced to walk barefoot to the nearby railroad tracks. There in the cold dirt, he was shot execution style, once in the neck, once in the back, and finally in the head. His body was set on fire and left like garbage on the tracks. But the nightmare wasn't over. Channon was held captive for hours, bruised, beaten, and subjected to relentless physical and psychological torment. Her captors tried to erase their crimes by pouring bleach down her throat and across her body. As her final moments approached, they tied her up, forced her into a trash bin, and closed the lid. She suffocated, alone, terrified, and just discarded. Days later, her body was discovered. Her parents, who had held out hope, were met with a scene no parent should ever have to witness. The individuals responsible, Lamarcus Davidson, LaTalvis Cobbins, George Thomas, and Vanessa Coleman, were brought to trial. The courtroom was filled with anguish and fury. The brutality of the crimes, combined with the lack of major media coverage, ignited national outrage. Many questioned why a case so monstrous didn't receive the same headlines as others. The trials dragged on for years, complicated by judicial misconduct and multiple retrials, but no amount of justice could undo what had already been done. Channon and Chris were more than victims. They were young people in love with families, futures, and faith. Their story is a haunting reminder of how fast evil can descend and how deeply it can scar a community. Their family